Gold mines forced to close. U.S. gives throat punch to market. Price will soar. If you think $2,400 is out of reach, gold was just given another boost that will send it far beyond anyone's reach. Mines will be forced to close down. You heard that. Mines will be forced to close down. We're going to be looking at gold in the same way we look at silver. Massive demand for this beautiful gold I'm showing you here. Just like we have for silver, except there's going to be mining companies frustrated because they know how to reach the precious metal, but they're not allowed to. I'm going to break this down for you and show you the news that just came out today is about to change the gold market in a big way. This is from Reuters. It's an article that says U.S. restricts drilling and mining in Alaska wilderness, angering state leaders. Now, anyone who has been in this gold stacking community for any length of time knows that there are many mines in Alaska searching for gold, and even if you're haven't been involved in gold stacking, there's that show on HBO. I forget the name of it, but that's been on for like at least 10 years of people. Like they show you the day-to-day life of miners up in Alaska. So this should be familiar to many people. So this article says steps were taken on Friday to limit both oil and gas drilling and mining in Alaska, angering state officials who said the restrictions will cost jobs and make the U.S. reliant on foreign resources. The measures are aligned with efforts to rein in oil and gas activities on public lands and conserve 30% of U.S. lands and waters to combat climate change. This struggle is nothing new. This has been going on for decades. There have been many moves to either mine or dig or up in Alaska, and this is nothing entirely new. The Interior Department finalized a regulation to block oil and gas development on 40% of Alaska's National Petroleum Preserve to protect habitats for polar bears, caribou, and other wildlife and the way of life of indigenous communities. The agency also said it would reject a proposal by a state agency to construct a 211-mile road intended to enable mine development in Ambler Mining District in north central Alaska. So these mines that are caught up in this in Alaska, it's very similar to all of the mining that goes on our border in Canada. They're similar companies. They're in a similar situation where the fight over indigenous land, the fight over environmental issues, and these are real issues. They really are. I'm not downplaying the issues that are going on and that are really pressing. I'm not downplaying that. I'm not making this video to say, oh, look, we're losing our gold. Why can't we just go and drill and destroy the environment the way we want? That's not what I'm saying. That's not why I'm making this video. My intent is to show that this is happening now, and once regulations and companies start to be caught in the middle of this in one area, it's a domino effect to other companies, and it's much easier for other mining companies to be caught in the crossfire and to have the same issue. So we see this article and this information about Alaska. Well, all of the mining and the mining companies that we hear about in our silver and gold stacking community here on YouTube, we hear about these mining companies all the time in Canada, and they're all working in the same field, in the same situation, and struggling with the same regulations. So this is really showing us that as gold, as I'm speaking, is hovering at $2,400, it's been dipping down to like $2,350, back up to $2,400. We're all very excited about this, and we're wondering where this price is coming from. Well, this here is an area that we have to look at, and is going to be caught into the fold again, because this gold, it feels so small to me now. This 1 ounce, this is just 1 ounce, is so very expensive, right? Like $2,400. I did not spend $2,400 at all, even close, when I purchased this. I didn't spend anywhere close to $2,400. I got this a long time ago. But for 1 full ounce of gold now, $2,400 feels so out of reach for everyone. I mean, nobody can say that $2,400 is easy to obtain a full ounce of gold. And as issues like this come into play, just like any product where demand increases and it's difficult to actually get that product, the price is going to go up. That's just that happens everywhere. So as we see this unfold in Alaska and soon to be playing out in Canada as well, we're going to see that our price is impacted, just as we see in the silver market. And we just had reports out this week from the Silver Institute is saying how demand, of course, is continuing to grow as this metal, silver, is needed ever more for industrial use, solar panels, electric vehicles. Every year, there's more and more pressing demand for that metal, and mining companies are feeling the same way. They know that silver is in certain areas. They're under the clock to get to that silver because demand is just rising and rising, and the supply is not going to increase. So as I see this, it makes me even more follow the silver stacking and the gold stacking motto, which really is to be my own bank. It tells me that what I'm swapping my fiat currency into for these small, which really are, comparatively, this is 1 ounce that I'm holding here to the camera. Let me see if I can get a shot. This is 1 ounce, and this is at least 24. These maples, you can get these for around spot. So this would be $2,400. Oh my God! When I got this, I want to say it was maybe $1,700. I mean, it's nothing compared to what it is today. So something like this Libertad is actually a proof Libertad. The price is going to be closer to $3,000 because this comes with a high premium. These proof Libertads, they're beautiful coins. It's really, I see it as like gold stacking jewelry. I mean, this is, I rarely spend the extra premium to get something fancy like this, but this was on my wish list for a long time. I finally pulled the trigger last summer. I think I got it. So, but again, like if the spot price was $2,400, there's no way I'll be getting this. I'm pretty confident that the spot price was around $1,800 when I bought this, maybe $1,850. So today the game has totally changed, and as we see all of this play out with central banks throughout this globe hoarding gold, that's another area that is pushing the price up because supply and demand comes into play again. Gold is set to keep going. Conflicts with Iran and Israel are continuing, and just today we had budget decisions about sending billions of dollars for Ukraine and for Israel. All of that tension makes people feel uneasy, makes them feel uncertain, and they turn to precious metals. That all pushes the price up. So I feel confident that gold is going to keep going. I see easily over the next months that gold will have a correction and silver will have a correction. That's just how the market works. But even with that correction, I see gold continuing to move, and with all of these issues coming into play, gold, even if I know that I cannot afford full ounces anymore. I'm just telling you my plan. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a gold stacker and a silver stacker. I'm just telling you my opinion. I know that there's a correction is going to come, whether it's next week or within the coming weeks. That always happens. And when that dip comes, if it's within my reach, I'm ready to get some more gold. But I can't imagine as gold really literally reaches $3,000 an ounce. There's no way. I can't imagine the next time I personally will be able to buy a full ounce of gold. So the half ounce for me is really going to become the new full ounce because that's the only thing that's going to be within reach.